Whoa, 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 watch out. Hey everyone, Henry Yellow here, welcome back. Right now we are going to watch Family Plot. This is the last movie that Hitchcock directed. Now some people say that Frenzy, which came out in 1972, was Hitchcock's penultimate film, like his best film, and some people take that as his final film instead of this one. But I think the genre might be a little bit different because Frenzy is like fully thriller and crime, and apparently, this family plot it's thriller but also mixed in with more comedy. So I guess it can't be, compared apple to apple. Can't be a direct comparison. We'll see how it is. Now, I just watched Lifeboat about 10 minutes ago, so I just took a little break and made myself a chocolate drink. Now I'm recharged and ready to watch Family Plot. Let's go.
Someone is here. Not closely.
Too many memories, too much pain.
Wow, that voice is actually coming from this actor.
She has a right to rest her weary head on a pillow each night and sleep the peaceful sleep.
I never told a soul about my nightmares. How could you? You're making me ill with her ugly words in my ugly dreams. Tell her to stop it. What's wrong? What is it?
A wolf howling.
It is you, Harriet. I'll find your son. But I need her. I need her help. It's over 40 years ago. I don't know where the child was taken or who it was given to.
The true measure of Julia Rainbird's love lies in what she does now, with your help, of course, and mine.
Honestly, her second voice is quite impressive.
From the tears of the past, the desert of the heart will bloom.
How? How did she do that? From the tears of the desert of the past, the flower will bloom. Dang.
Madame Blanche, are you all right?
Uh,
Now, tell me what you remember of the seance.
40 years ago, you arranged to have your sister Harriet's baby given away. And now your bad dreams and a troubled conscience tell you to find the grown-up person and bestow your wealth on him.
I would like to go to my grave with a quiet conscience. Will you help me with your powers?
If in your heart you believe that I can, then I owe it to both of us to try.
Oh wow, what a smooth answer.
Use your spirit, control your Henry. Find her son. I'll pay you $10,000.
There are many causes dear to my heart which need all the charity the world can spare.
How refreshing it is to a woman of my wealth to find someone who has so little use for money.
Having to do Henry's murder on my throat. Murder?
Yeah.
This is a big one, George. A great big whale. As simple as ABC. Henry came to me from the upper brightness, whispered to me this woman's been having sleep problems. From there on, things followed naturally.
All that information that I dug up about how she was driving him crazy trying to get sleeping pills without a prescription.
Why didn't you tell me about that?
You know damn well I told you, Blanche. Well, my research, you're about as psychic as a dry salami.
Nasty.
Did you say 10 big ones?
Mm-hmm.
10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Dollars?
Rupees.
Well, what's the deal? What do we have to do for the money?
Find one man. That's all.
What's his name?
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Who is he?
Nobody knows.
Where is he?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
You're gonna see a standing ovation.
Bro, keep your eyes on the road. Your eyes don't have to be on her for her to hear you. Oh, but a nice way to transition into another character. I think they could just create... Oh, sorry, let me pause this. Oh, I paused it right as she was about to shoot the gun. I think she's gonna kill someone. Anyways, I was gonna say that instead of Blanche... Blanca? Blanche? Instead of Blanche looking for this supposed heir, she could just hire a person to act as the heir, get the money, and then split. It'll be so much easier than actually finding the heir.
As long as you've got Victor Constantine, we can't touch you, so you might as well put that thing away.
Diamonds. diamond.
We thought you were a man.
Could be a man in woman's clothes. I'm more convinced it's a man in a woman's clothes. That's why he isn't talking.
Don't try and be a hero. Yes, sir.
Not one goddamn mistake.
Never been in a helicopter before. Kinda wanna try to ride in a helicopter.
I bet that thing isn't even loaded.
If that thing had ricocheted, that would have been bad. Who knew if that bullet, flew somewhere and actually killed someone?
Brilliant. Absolutely perfect.
Your feet are killing me. These damn 6-inch heels.
Everyone's going to be looking for a tall woman.
Oh, she is a woman. I'm so sorry. I thought she was a guy.
Did you say anything to them?
Not a syllable.
I told you you could learn to keep your mouth shut if you tried. Has anyone seen a tall, blonde woman around here lately?
Go on. Poof. Who needs her?
I do. At least one more time.
She doesn't seem to be happy with that. Ooh, a secret passage? Wow. That's cool. Soundproof too. Oh, right. That's the room where they kept the victim.
I'm tingling all over.
I told you about danger, didn't I? First it makes you sick. Then when you get through it, it makes you very, very loving.
Where'd you put the diamond, dear?
Where everyone can see it.
You didn't.
I did.
No way. He just stuck it to a piece of tape and just taped it there. That tape's not gonna last. I've used many transparent tapes in my life and a lot of them don't last long. I don't know why. Maybe I'm buying the wrong tapes.
Now, how many more times are we going to go through this goddamn thing?
You're not the first victim, you know. There have been others.
But from me, you'll learn absolutely nothing.
Was it a man or was it a woman?
I don't know.
Man or woman?
Man,
And what did you hear?
the room was soundproofed.
How old is she?
25.
Why?
Because if a man my age is going to get kidnapped by a woman, he wants it to be 25. That's why.
All right, let's start all over again.
Oh, shit.
They just keep picking his brain for anything he can remember. What smells, sights, feels, tastes, anything.
Henry, I want you to seek Walter for us now. My friend Ida Cookson is joined in loving communication with her dear departed husband. Where are you taking me, Henry? I see your hand beckoning to me. Oh.
Okay, she's doing too much.
How can you do this to me?
Your car keys, I'm in a hurry.
Oh! The trees are swaying and the branches part, but there's no one there. Goodbye, Henry. Goodbye.
Did you find Walter?
I did.
She did. Wow. She found Walter. Now next find Waldo.
I'm Frank McBride of the law firm of Ferguson. I just wondered if you'd mind answering a couple questions about your background. Your father was a chauffeur, though, right?
How the heck did you know that?
He was a chauffeur for the Rainbird family. Can you remember anybody being a close friend of your father's?
Harry Shoebridge had a poultry shop with his wife, Sadie. She used to have miscarriages, like other women have birthdays.
Whoa, that's sad.
Adopted a kid, I think. After my dad passed away, my ma was damn mad at the Shoebridges because they never showed up at the funeral. Then she found out why. They'd gone to their own funeral.
Dead?
What?
This Shoebridge son, where do I look for him?
Well, try the Barlow Creek Cemetery.
The house burned down, so the heir is dead. Definitely did not expect that. Oh, he was 17 years old.
Dead and buried.
What if Edward was the one who burned the house down and killed his own adopted parents?
They died together, yet they're not buried together in the same hole. How come?
This looks newer, isn't it? That tombstone looks older.
Old stone. This is practically new stone.
Good observation.
Smart fella, ain't you?
Why, have I stumbled onto something?
Nice meeting you. Better get back to my work. I got a job coming in here tomorrow.
Is he referring to him? You're the job that's gonna be coming in tomorrow.
I'd have to go through my old files for that kind of information.
Well, Mr. Wheeler, I hate to insist.
You lawyers are all alike. Trouble, trouble, trouble.
He doesn't even need a license or a certificate to prove that he is a lawyer.
Paid in full, check number 93.
What about the son?
You're talking about Eddie Shoebridge. Some say he set that fire himself in order to get rid of his family, and then disappeared to make it look like he died in the fire, too. They never did find his body.
Okay.
Paid for November the 18th, 1965. $395. Paid in cash. They don't usually do that. Slightly bald. I'd say in his late 20s. In one of those tow trucks, the kind that garages use.
Gotcha.
Application for a death certificate for one Edward Shoebridge. Inasmuch as applicant could furnish no proof of death and nothing from the coroner's office, the application was denied. The request was made by Joseph P. Maloney.
Joseph P. Maloney.
Fill her up. Please.
Would be bad to do so while you're smoking.
Better be careful with those matches.
All right.
Yeah, the whole place could blow up.
You wouldn't happen to know a guy by the name of Edward Shoebridge, would you? Used to live around here. I'm prepared to pay a reasonable sum of cash for any information that could lead me to Eddie Shoebridge. Matter of fact, I think that Eddie Shoebridge will be delighted when he hears from me. You want to tell me why you put a headstone on an empty grave, Maloney?
What headstone?
One you paid $395 in 1965?
You owe me $2.47. You want to give me your credit card?
No. Like you, I prefer to pay in cash.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh no.
Hey, Eddie, old son of a bitch.
So he's Eddie.
All right, Joseph. What is it this time? New freezer for your wife?
Well, there's this guy comes around the garage today. Trying to locate Eddie Shoebridge.
Police?
Yeah, wait. He's a real amateur. Trades his license plates with the Bureau.
A real amateur.
Doesn't even drive his own car.
Blanche Tyler, 17 Castle Heights Road. Whatever he's up to, you won't find me. You worry too much, Joseph.
Yeah, I worry too much. Because you only planned the fire and locked your old man and old lady in the bedroom.
Ooh.
I poured the gasoline. I lit the rags.
I'm gonna track this guy down.
And then what? Let me look into this matter in my own quiet way. And if I need you for anything, I'll contact you.
Blanche, you have no idea what you got yourself into this time.
Your friend Blanche Tyler is a spiritualist.
A spiritualist?
That's what it says on her shingle.
I'm going home to my own bed where I can get some sleep.
No.
Blanche, is that all you've ever got on your mind?
What are you saving it for, a rainy day? You're always useless to me.
So we can collect a huge sum of money. You call that being useless?
I want you to be sure about Eddie Shoebridge.
A cab driver is shacked up with a sex-starved medium named Blanche Tyler. And don't ask me why, but apparently they're on the trail of some spook named Eddie Shoebridge.
You did hear him talk about collecting a huge hunk of money. Couldn't that be the reward that's on our heads?
You got yourself a point there, Francis, old girl.
I've remembered something else that could be terribly important. There was one person on Earth who had promised that he'd make it his business to know where Harriet's son was, as long as he lived.
Bishop Wood at St. Anselm's Cathedral.
Holy Christ, Blanche.
No, George, not him. Bishop Wood.
Would the parson really keep track of Eddie throughout his whole life?
Do you know how I could make a date to see Bishop Wood?
Oh, dear.
Oh, they got to him first. So quickly, too. Look at his feet being dragged up the stairs.
I told you it'd be all right, didn't I? People in church are inhibited. They don't jump up and run around and make a lot of noise. They're all too religiously polite.
The man with the pipe.
Well, how in the hell could he have known we were going to be there?
Do you believe in ESP, extrasensory perception, all that sort of psychic phenomena?
It's not that.
I'm afraid our two quarrelsome lovers are going to have to share a fatal accident.
But here's the thing though, if Eddie or Arthur knew that by going back to Julia Rainbird he would obtain the entire inheritance, I'm sure he would be more than glad to go back as the heir and obtain all that wealth. I'm sure he would want that.
It was gross negligence losing him that way. It was all we had.
I didn't lose him, Blanche. He was kidnapped.
Hello? Who? Miss Maloney?
I'm willing to lead you to someone who knows Eddie Shoebridge's wife.
I'll give you $100, provided it leads to something.
Make it 2.
What do you think?
Smells fishy to me.
Walking right into an ambush.
What we got to lose? He's the only clue left.
You could lose your lives. Oh man. They're gonna get murdered up there. I wonder how Maloney's going to commit the murder. Is he gonna just stab them?
Couple of beers, please.
Oh no, maybe he cut their brake lines or something, so that when they drive later, their brakes don't work.
Well, that's the end of that.
That is the brake oil.
I told you not to drive so fast, George.
What's wrong? The accelerator seems to be sticking.
George!
Come on, woman, don't grab me, for God's sake. It's not me. It's the brakes don't work.
I'm getting violently ill, George.
That's the least of your worries right now. Ooh, close one, close one, close one, close one.
Reach down and pull the handbrake.
Right, the handbrake. Oh my goodness, Blackjack, you're not helping. Whoa, 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 watch out, runaway car.
I gotta get off this road.
I'm surprised you even survived this long. Oh. Well, I suppose they got lucky and they didn't hit anybody. She's taking her sweet time too, while stepping on his face. Hey, you guys got really lucky.
Wasn't that fun?
Damn you, George!
What's the matter with you?
Do you really think Maloney wanted us dead?
Imagine if Maloney comes by with his car right now and finishes them off. It really is him.
What are you two doing standing in the middle of the road?
You know perfectly well what we're doing on the road, Maloney.
Well, hop in. I'll give you a lift to the nearest station.
We don't ride in hearses.
He could just run them over with his car if he wants to finish the job. Oh, I think he actually will.
Isn't that?
It's Maloney. He's after us.
Would have had better luck running up the hill. Oh. It was Maloney's fault. Whoa. He died by arson. I mean, he died by fire. It's ironic, isn't it? He helped Eddie burn his parents, and then now he dies in a fire. I suppose it's karma.
The message has come through on KFAG. They've located the stone we asked for.
Good.
Now for the bad news.
Incompetent bastard, he blew it. Now we'll have to eliminate these two ourselves.
In the sunset of their lives. And those of us who are left behind to grieve for you, Joseph.
His wife knows something?
Isn't it enough that you killed him?
That's not so, Mrs. Maloney. It was the other way.
Get away from me.
Mrs. Maloney, your husband tried to kill me and you were in on it, weren't you?
No.
You want me to go to the police about it? Tell me, where is Eddie Shoebridge?
He calls himself Arthur Adamson.
She knows.
Now go away and don't ever come near me again. Fake! Fake!
He says I must work the shift and I must work it tonight.
You're thick. You won't have to drive a cab if we can get this thing over and collect the money.
You're always giving me ifs. I can't eat ifs, and neither can you.
Yes.
But the phone book is full of Arthur Adamson.
One that's close to 40 years old and trembles a little bit at the name Eddie Shoebridge. Do that tomorrow.
Now would be much better. A bird in the hand, Lumley. Please.
A bird in the hand is worth two in a bush. So he should, focus on his cab job first instead of hoping that he would get a big sum of money from Julia Rainbird.
Maybe I'll do it without you.
The hell you will. Now, you got no idea what kind of trouble you could get into.
Who needs him? You wouldn't be Arthur M. Addison, would you?
Oh, she's visiting all of them one by one. Too old.
Hey.
The guy's wondering what's going on.
Is Mr. Adamson around?
No, I'm afraid not. But if you come back tomorrow...
Isn't there someplace I might reach him without delay?
Perhaps you'd like to leave him a note.
A note? Very good. What's his address, please?
Well...
It's all right. We're friends.
1001 Franklin Street.
1001 Franklin. Thank you very much.
Hello there, Blanche, baby.
Have you seen George?
Yeah, I just left a few minutes ago. Thought he'd be back.
Would you give him a message for me?
Sure thing.
1001 Franklin. That's where he lives, and that's where I'm going now.
Well, at least he left a message for George that could help later on.
Bishop Wood, it's time to go. Let me know when you're ready.
I haven't quite finished that book you were kind enough to let me have. May I, take it along?
No.
With our fingerprints on it? Nice try, Your Excellency.
Yep. And she believes it might be ESP.
That woman, Blanche Tyler. This is incredible.
I know.
She's gone. Come on, let's go.
Eddie doesn't even have to kill them. They're there to bring him good news, to literally just give him wealth. If only he could just, meet them and understand what's going on. All this could be avoided. All this attempted murder and stuff.
I thought you said...
Mr. Adamson?
What?
When you hear why I've come, Mr. Adamson, or should I say Shoebridge?
My dear lady, I know exactly why you've come here.
How could you?
Well, all right, Madame Blanche, you found me.
Music to my ears.
And I'm perfectly willing to listen to your demands, whatever they might be.
No demands, Mr. Adamson. Oh, no. Julia Rainbird wants nothing but the privilege of making you heir to the entire Rainbird fortune. And the whole lovely millions and millions of it.
Ta-da!
Oh, let me get this straight. Is that the only reason you and your friend have been investigating me?
Here you are. Here I am.
Oops. You didn't have to open the door. Oh, wow, the door closed fast. It closed so fast.
Does anyone know that you've come here?
Anyone know? No? I won't breathe a word to anyone.
I won't breathe a word. Oh no. Everything was going so well too. Oh yeah, they just have syringes of that prepared. Oh my god. Yeah, of course, it's blood. Such a long syringe into her thin wrist. Oh my goodness.
It's gorgeous.
Fran didn't have to open the door. So what if the bishop's clothes are out? What's that? Oh. Oh, I see. So the white liquid was paint spilling out. Yep, now he knows for sure that she's in trouble. He would never be able to find a hidden room, though.
Blanche. If Joe Maloney had been more efficient, they'd both be dead by now.
What about the cab driver?
Well, if she was able to find us, I'm sure he can too. He'll walk right into our hands.
Yeah, man, I had the same reaction like, whoa, secret room. Well, they're gonna have to get into a fight, a scuffle. Oh, okay.
You'll be happy to know she's still unconscious.
Sure, and he leaves the door open like that, even though she's still unconscious. Pretty careless of him, considering he's always been careful so far, isn't it?
Blanche.
Shh. Ooh. Okay. Is she gonna work her psychic magic on Fran?
I'll put this end in her exhaust pipe, the other end in the window. That way it'll look like suicide. Jesus, she's heavy.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
But you realize how much more the reward would be if we could find the diamonds and turn them in. What's the matter?
Oh, dang. Is she turning into a real psychic? Maybe she does have it in her after all. I can imagine Eddie and Fran must be panicking and going in a frenzy in the room right now. Whoa.
Blanche, you did it! You actually found one. Look.
The little wink at the audience at the end, like fourth wall break. I didn't expect it to end this way, but I suppose that is the safest and smartest way to do it. But what I had been expecting was actually when they are carrying Blanche to the car, Blanche should pretend to maybe say some things and try to work some of her psychic magic on Fran to make her feel guilty and to make her turn on Eddie. Then George will come to the rescue and knock out Eddie and then call the police or something like that. Because I thought maybe they will showcase that Blanche's psychic tricking skills are actually at a high level or something like that, even though her, it wasn't really, it was like an amateur level that we saw at the beginning and the middle. But I thought at the end they will show that, wow, Blanche has mastered her psychic skills or psychic trickery anyway to influence Fran. But turns out there was a different kind of ending, and Blanche is an actual psychic for being able to find the diamond. And the thing is, the only person who knows where a diamond is Eddie. So she must have read Eddie's mind, or a spirit saw where Eddie placed it, and the spirit guided Blanche to find the diamond. Whichever the case, I suppose this ending is fairly satisfactory, and I can understand why some people consider Frenzy to be Hitchcock's last film instead of this one, because Frenzy, like, it was on another level. But of course, we can't directly compare these two movies because this one they focus a little bit more on comedy, and less gruesome stuff. And on Frenzy, Hitchcock went all in on the things. So if you know, you know. I think this might be. Is it though? I mean, so far of all the Hitchcock movies that I've watched, I think this movie might be the only one where they show a real psychic. Because if Blanche didn't have that psychic magic about her, she wouldn't have found a diamond. So I think this movie was the only movie where there's actually a real psychic. So maybe Hitchcock wanted to end it on a psychic note. Because no other movie so far has any real psychics or real magic or stuff like that. Only this one, I think. It's also kind of satisfying that Eddie found out why Blanche and George was investigating him and hunting him down, because they want to send him to Mrs. Rainbird and get millions of inheritance. They could have uh, gone through this entire movie up till the ending without Eddie ever finding that out, but I'm glad they made Eddie find that out because then he knows, well, I didn't have to kill them in the first place, right? I could have just found out what they were hunting me for and then get my inheritance. But it's so unfortunate that that Blanche had to witness the bishop's head sticking out of the door. Honestly, Friend did not have to open that door. Like, the bishop's clothes sticking out is just red cloth. Like, why bother to hide it? Wait until Blanche goes away, then, we could have done that. But of course, if she hadn't opened the door for the bishop's head to fall out, then we wouldn't have this kind of ending. So yeah, I get why that had to happen. And Blanche is very lucky that George was able to successfully sneak into the house. The one thing which I feel was a little bit off is Eddie was careless enough to leave the door open while he handled the pipe stuff, because he has administered so many of these sleeping serum to people, so he should at least have known like roughly how long it will work. And since he's such a careful person that he doesn't leave any clues at all from his previous jobs, then he shouldn't have been so careless as to leave the door open in case Blanche escapes, right? So that was the only part where I felt it was a little bit off. Like, why would you leave the door open like that? Like, you're not that careless. But that's fine though. It's just like a small little thing. Oh, and also, even though George is a taxi driver, he does a pretty good job pretending to be a lawyer. Like, goes around acting all official and then just gathering information. It's also surprising that people would reveal their background and information to someone just because Mr. McBride comes up to them and claim that he's a lawyer. I don't think I saw Hitchcock's cameo on this one. I spotted his cameo in the newspaper in Lifeboat, but in this one, I'm not sure. I think when he went to find out about the death certificate, like, was the silhouette Hitchcock? Because it almost seems like it is, though I can't be sure. Maybe it is, one of his more subtle cameos, not even showing his face, just showing his silhouette. One of my favorite scenes in this movie would probably be when Maloney tried to kill George and Blanche, and then they were just going all the way downhill, no brakes, and Blanche was not helping at all. In fact, she was creating more trouble for George when he was trying to control the car. And then after they were saved, Maloney tried to come back and tried to run them over, but he fell off the cliff instead. So he got a full serving of what he intended to do to them, and then he burned and died in the fire, just like what he helped Eddie do to his parents. So that was like, well, that's a whole karma right there. Instant karma and karma from the past just comes back and bites him in the butt. So yeah, it's not bad for Hitchcock's last movie. What do you think about this one? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.